The movie begins with an animated sequence that tells the story of a young deer named Bambi who lived happily in the forest with his mother. Their life was peaceful and full of joy until one tragic day when hunters killed Bambi's mother, leaving him completely alone in the dangerous forest.
Struggling to survive among countless threats, Bambi spends many lonely years growing up by himself. Eventually, he finds a partner, starts a family, and even has a child of his own. Once again, happiness returns to his life, reminding him of his innocent childhood. But fate does not allow his happiness to last. Humans begin cutting down forests, forcing animals to constantly change their homes. One day, while Bambi and his family are crossing a road that passes through the forest, a speeding truck crashes into them. Bambi survives with minor injuries, but his wife is killed due to the driver's carelessness, while their child escapes back into the forest in fear. The driver briefly stops, not to help, but to dump barrels of toxic chemicals into a nearby river before fleeing the scene as if nothing happened. Heartbroken and furious after losing his family again, Bambi drinks water from the same contaminated river. Instead of killing him, the poison mutates his body in a horrifying way. His bones stretch and break, muscles expand, teeth become monstrous, and he transforms from a gentle deer into a terrifying creature that can walk on two legs like a human. Consumed by pain, grief, and rage, Bambi swears revenge on all humans. The scene then shifts to reality, introducing Gina and her son Benji, who are traveling to celebrate Thanksgiving with their family. Gina is stressed because her husband Simon canceled the trip at the last moment, forcing her to travel alone with her sick son. She hires a taxi to reach a remote forest cabin where Benji's grandmother Mary lives. The driver warns them that the forest is dangerous and people often go missing there. Suddenly, their taxi is struck by something massive, causing it to crash into a ravine. Gina and Benji escape the wreck, but witness the driver being dragged away by a creature in the darkness. Terrified, they run through the forest and finally reach Mary's cabin, where other family members are present. Mary, who suffers from dementia, spends her time drawing strange sketches. Outside, it is Bambi, now a mutated zombie-like creature. Chaos erupts as Bambi attacks the cabin, killing several family members. Gina, Benji, and Benji's uncle escape in a car and flee, barely surviving his relentless chase. Meanwhile, a group of hunters arrives in the forest, hired by a toxic waste company to eliminate Bambi and hide the truth that their chemicals have mutated wildlife into monsters. Later, Gina and Benji discover that Simon is a senior officer in the same company, responsible for dumping toxic waste into the forest. To protect himself, Simon hired the hunters to kill all mutated animals. Benji overhears the truth and realizes his father never truly cared. Heartbroken, he runs away and discovers a trapped baby deer, Bambi's child, used as bait by the hunters. Feeling empathy, Benji frees the baby. Sensing his child nearby, Bambi abandons his attack and searches for his offspring. He reunites with his baby in an emotional moment. However, a wounded hunter uses his final strength to shoot Bambi, killing him. Mary then kills the hunter in rage. In the end, Bambi dies in front of his child, who desperately tries to wake him. The story ends tragically, showing the baby deer destined to live the same lonely life Bambi once lived.